time for headlines across Africa.
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 Well, today we're going to Gabon, Mali, Malawi, and Togo.
Okay.
Well, I think we should start from Malawi.
Right.
And that's where we're reading from the Nyasa Times newspaper, where the headline says, commentators hail Chakwera's installation as Africa's champion for education.
Okay.
Commentators and experts on education in the country have hailed President Lazarus Chakwera's installation as champion for higher education in Africa, but have quickly advised that the Malawi leader needs to up his game as far as catapulting education standards for the better is concerned.
Okay.
Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture is a consortium of 129 universities from 38 countries across Africa, and they installed the honor of Chakwera at a function that was held at the Kamuzu Palace in the capital, Lilongwe. Steve Shara, a renowned education expert, said Chakwera's recognition puts a spotlight on Malawi and its higher education system. The president should use the opportunity to highlight his role in the academic world. We can use this opportunity to push for more research funding, expansion of access to higher education, and to support the use of research evidence in policy making and implementation. In turn, socio-political commentator Humphreys Mvula, the honor was a good development and a positive recognition for the country. Well, through the forum, he said over 3,000 students across Africa have been trained to make sure that we positively contribute to the development of our countries and the continent. And we also had Ekwamu, who also lauded President Chakwera for ensuring that the education sector was given the largest funding allocation in the 2021 and 2022 budget, which he said is a clear commitment to uplift education in the country.
Okay.
I think that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
A very good
Very.
one. Well, moving on to Gabon, we're reading from the L'Union newspaper, and the headline says, promoting healthy and sustainable agriculture.
Good.
Well, the headquarters of the Food FAO actually looking to promote healthy and sustainable agriculture. And this was hosted by the Sub-Regional Office by video conference, a workshop on the use of pesticides around a program to strengthen the capacity of countries to identify and follow up on incidents relating to severely hazardous pesticide formulations and severely hazardous pesticides.
Okay.
The headquarters of the FAO Sub-Regional Office has just hosted by video conference a workshop on the use of pesticides around a program to strengthen the capacities of countries to identify and follow up on incidents relating to severely hazardous pesticide formulations, as well as the promotion of the necessary alternatives to pesticides. It was implemented since 2018 in Cameroon, Gabon, and Equatorial Guinea.
Right.
The meeting aimed to develop and implement a strategy capable of better diagnosing acute poisoning due to inappropriate use of synthetic pesticides, reporting cases of poisoning due to these pesticides, and identifying and promoting the necessary alternative methods instead of the identified hazardous pesticides. I think, when it comes to food, and we're looking at different alternatives now. I mean, most people use pesticides in their farming and everything. And for you, the farmer, is like, it's giving me a good yield, there's this. But then,
Has an
some
adverse
of these
effect.
things, yes, you can wash them
The
with
final
water.
consumer.
But then they don't necessarily go off. And the person is going to consume it. And that's going to have an effect on their health. So in the long run, you're doing more harm than good.
Yep.
I think this forum was needed. It's good. He's going to teach them to look for other ways and other options. Because sometimes we have certain plants that resist certain things, and they can actually prevent certain bugs and things from affecting your crops or something. It's good if we actually look at all of these things instead of just always running for the chemicalized things made in factories.
I think when these chemicals are also made available, easy access also promotes it. Because if we know, or the Standard Authority or the Food and Drugs Board, or whichever body that's governing whatever it is that the farmers are harvesting and cultivating, should also understand how grave it is for consumers to get this stuff, right?
I
So
was
the accessibility is another thing. I mean, if they're all there, just go get it and have bulky harvest. Yeah. Okay.
Well, finally, we're moving to Togo, where we're reading from the Togo Tribune, and the headline says Dr. Kojo Inledrine respects the choice of the Togolese people.
Okay.
Well, former MP Agbayome Kojo is still claiming victory in the 2020 presidential election. Even far from the country, the opponent never ceases to claim that he's the legitimate president of the Togolese. On his Twitter account, the president of the Patriot Movement for Democracy and Development, MPDD, does not fail to shoot foreign Asingbe and his allies who maneuvered to divert the will of the Togolese people expressed in the ballot boxes on February 22nd, 2020. Now, he also mentions this case of Macron's congratulatory letter that was addressed to foreign Asingbe. According to Agbayome Kojo, Macron's congratulatory letter remains false, even if in a recent statement of circumstance, the French Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jean-Yves Le Drian, maintained the opposite. For the candidate of the dynamic Mr. Kodjro, the fact of categorically refusing the dissemination of this letter proves sufficiently that there's a problem. Emmanuel Macron, your minister Le Drian refuses to make public your courtesy letter to foreign Asingbe. This is not a state secret. This confirms that they have been fakes. You yourself were surprised by them as soon as they were broadcast on RFI. The investigations are formal. Let us respect the choice of the people, Dr. Kojo posted.
Okay.
No comment.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, that's all we have for headlines across Africa.
Okay. The show is Africa Daily on Africa Global Radio.